let's talk about Fenrir. So Fenrir is a god that has been changed pretty drastically due to the just core mechanics of the game. The big one for Fenrir that I think makes him so oppressive in the alpha is that lifesteal is now lifesteal on everything. So big thing, if you're pressing 2 before you're pressing 3, you're now getting 20% lifesteal on your base 3, right? So you're healing quite a bit, okay? That's something that is a bit crazy because you're going to be healing quite a lot. Another thing is Fenrir's 3 now does auto attack, not auto attack damage, I don't want to say that, but it triggers on hit effects. And that can be crit, it can be chin size, it can be whatever you want. And just speaking of that, the chin size damage, obviously these are Amir bots. That didn't work for some reason. Hold off. Yeah, it's only going to say 300 on these Amir bots, so don't take it like, oh my god, that's broken. Although, it is pretty strong, right? It is pretty broken. So, if you're going to be jungling and you want a cookie cutter build, these are the things that I would suggest, right? We'll start with Jotun's Revenge, keep it simple. Next up, we'll go Tekko Kagi. So Tekko Kagi is more cooldown rate for Fenrir, which is really good. But also, when you use an ability, you gain move speed and more cooldown rate, okay, for 10 seconds. So your cooldowns are pretty much sorted after just 2 items. So if you think about it, that's 10 plus 15. So that's 25 cooldown rate. And then this is 20. So you've got 45 cooldown rate off the bat. There's super diminishing returns on cooldown rate, so you don't want to go too high with them. So after these 2 items, chin size I think is a must. And at this point, I think you're pretty much God. And I'm not going to lie. If you 2 and you 3 someone with no escape, I think they're just cooked no matter what. Once again, chins was broken on my 3 there. It does work. It does work. Don't know why these Amir bots aren't really... Ah! Okay, I think there's a bug. Shocker. If you are full runes, it seems that it's not proccing. So I've no runes now, and it's proccing. Ah, okay. So if you are full runes on Fenrir, you don't get the buff of chins. So you see that I've got 5 runes here. If I 3, okay. Well, there we go. Live reporting. Unfortunate. Still think it's worth. Just be mindful maybe of when your runes are full. Sadly, from this point on, I honestly think Bloodforge is quite broken. No one's really getting too much anti-heal, and we'll have a little talk about anti-heal as well, because it is cheap to get here, but as you can see, enemy gods have their healing reduced by 20%, only on basics though, right? And then if we look at these items, there's no tier 2 for the healing potion. For Ruinous Poison, there's no tier 2, right? So every one of these items, if you're clicking this, their slots are taken up for quite some time, unfortunately. I think there should be a tier 2 poison. But anyway, back to Fenrir. We've got the chin size, we've got Bloodforge Blade. I think Bloodforge is really strong in comparison to the Reaper. I think the Reaper is 300 gold, like, extra for 5 more strength, which is fine. If the Reaper's passive gave you a steroid of strength when you hit below the 50% threshold, I would probably be advising to build the Reaper, but because it doesn't, Bloodforge Blade is my go-to. There's more life still on it at all times, right? And when you activate it whenever you want, that's the thing that makes me prioritize it more. You get a massive shield. Alright, now, pen. There's only really the Serpent's Fang, or Serpent's Spear, 30% pen, and you're good. This does kind of suck in the strength department because it's only 15 strength. If you're feeling like you want a buttload more strength, honestly, grab the bow. This one here. It's a pretty big spike. But after these 3 items, this is also a luxury item. You can honestly go hybrid with the way that the game is. So if you don't need the pen, which honestly I don't think you do. But first we'll finish this build. Hang on. You probably need a brawlers in a real game, right? If they don't have any anti-heal, or if they don't have any healing needed, grab a Sunbeam. Most strength, right? But after you've grabbed Tekko Genkai, or Kekkei, I always gotta say Kekkei Genkai because of fucking Naruto. But after you've grabbed Tekko Kagi, Shin's Blade, and Jotun's Revenge, we'll get rid of both of these, and we'll be the people that no one really likes. We're gonna get the best Maj D item in the game, right? And it has strength on it, so you do scale. When it comes to Fizzprot, we can grab this, just because it's 90. Wait, it's not 90. They buffed it. It's 110. Oh no, I'm looking at the intelligence. Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me. 75 Fizprot, right here. My only issue with this is it scales with, you know, Fenrir scales with strength, and this is int item. So I'm actually more inclined to go the mushroom. I don't know, what is it called? Amanita's Charm. Not a fan of that. It's just the mushroom, okay? 5% of your HP every second. This mushroom is broken. Let's just say I take a bunch of damage. And also, this is, there we go. Much faster. This is team-wide as well. Oh, I jumped into the fountain. Oh, this guy's a coach. Get this guy out of here. Let's do whatever. So this thing will heal everyone around you. In a team fight, it's pretty massive. AoE anti-heals. I don't know. We're in alpha. No one's doing it. Everyone wants to have fun. And then we need, I think, bindings of Lingvi. Why would you do this? Anyway, this is Stoner Binding. Let's just call it what it is. More defense, right? And if you hit them with your jump or your ult, you're doing more damage. It's that simple. Obviously, if they have anti-heal, you want a beat stick. Or if you want to keep this tank bruisery thing going on, you want Ruinous Ankh. You can also grab this. If there's a Chark in the game, this item's pretty good against Chark. Although you're pretty mobile and able to stick on people anyway, due to your kit just being inherently good. A lot of CC immunity, a lot of things that don't really get interrupted. One thing I will say is that everyone's builds are probably wrong, right? I'm pretty confident in these three, and then these three are flex. It's how every game evolves to be. You just have to think critically. Because, to be honest, with, let's just say, I'm playing Fenrir, I reckon, and I'm in a lobby where I know more about the game than anyone else, like, you know, just through 10 years of experience or whatever it is, you could build anything and it would look good. Like, I could honestly build this and it would look good. Into people with no anti-heal, into, you know... There is no one build. You have to remember that for every MOBA. Alright. My only advice would be to make sure that you have Jotuns, Chins, and this, Tekokagi. Or Tekokagi. I'll never get the item right. And then everything else, you need to be pretty flexible with thinking about. I do think Bloodforge is good. I do think Blink is really good for him too, so maybe these four are core, and then everything else you have to pivot off. If they have Kukulkan or Anubis, get this item, right? If they have Neith, you probably don't need to grab the mirror. You can afford to do something maybe a bit more greedy. If you want to have fun, be more greedy, grab some pan, grab some crit. Screw it. Who cares? Make sure you just have fun during the alpha, right? Or when, if you can't play it right now, when you can play it. Is there any tech that is missing other than this weird bug that I didn't know about, where if you do have full stacks, your items will not proc on your 3? Not necessarily, apart from ulting and blinking. That's the big one. Fenrir ult, if, let's just say Amir is underneath and she backflips and you grab her, sometimes her model will be back here where she's backflipped. You are still carrying her. It is pretty buggy at this point. Other than that, probably best jungler in the game. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure you press 2 before you 3, but then again, you don't get chins. So maybe not. Maybe if you have no stacks... Yeah, if you have no stacks, you can afford to press 2 and then 3. Right? Your life steal gets through the roof. Alright. And strength as well, remember. Like 55 strength at the max rank, so yeah, have fun.